Good morning. We are continuing with the Shreemat Bhagavatam. This is Canto 6, Chapter 3. It's a new chapter, and we are going to straight away jump into the chapter. It is called Yama explains Vishnu's greatness. So we will start from verse 1. What did the god Dharmaraj, that is Yama, to whose authority the world is subject, and whose order was thus flouted by the servants of Vishnu, reply to his servants on hearing the report of this incident? O sage, the quashing of the penalty or order of the god Yama was never heard, and at any time or from any person. It is my firm conviction, O sage, that nobody else than you can clear this doubt in the popular mind. So, in this particular chapter, we are going to understand Yamdev's point of view. See, what has happened is in the earlier chapter, if you remember, we started with the idea that the Yamdutas are meeting Yamdev and they are telling him that we have been told to go away. And the Vishnu Dutas have taken Ajamila. This is what we heard last time. And Yamdev was supposed to respond. But the entire last chapter of 49 verses was detailing only Ajamila's way and the Bhagavad Dharma. So in this chapter, we are going to understand the Yamdev's point of view. Because his disciples, his so-called servants as he calls them, that is Yamdutas, they were denied the permission to take Ajamila's soul. So now they are going to ask him a lot of questions. So in this chapter, we are going to understand this particular problem that has been created. Sri Sukdev said, O king, the Yamdutas whose attempts were foiled by the messengers of Vishnu represented to their lord Yama, the master of the city of Samyamli. Now what happens is, all these Yamdutas, they go back to Yamloka and they meet Yamdev and they raise a issue that we were not allowed to take the Ajamila's soul and bring it over here for punishment. Suddenly some folks from the Vishnu Lok, they came over there and they gave us a advice that you cannot take this person. And they asked us to go. So can you please tell us? Now the messengers of Yamdeva are going to speak something. See, it is something which an instruction was given. Instruction could not be carried out clearly. So let us see what they are saying. Oh Lord, the Yamdevas, that's Yamdutas are saying, O Lord, how many controllers are there in this world of living beings who perform three types of actions? And how many are there who can dispense it, the fruit thereof? That means they are asking the question. See, we went over there to pick up Ajamila and we were denied that permission. So can you please tell us how many people are having the control of this body? See, remember that they should have picked up that Ajamila from there and brought it to the hells, that is Yamaloka. But they were not allowed to do so. So they are asking the question to Yamdev, how many people are there like this? How many controllers are there? See, you gave us the permission to pick him up, but there was a contrary condition given to some other. And those people came and thwarted our efforts of picking up Ajamila. What is the reason for it? Can you please explain to us? If there are a number of rulers invested with the power to dispense justice, and who would suffer death, the result of sin leading to hell or enjoy nectar? In case these rulers of this world disagree, then who would not suffer both in heaven and in hell? See, they are very clear in there. If there are too many people having different types of rulings, one is saying you pick this person up and put him in jail. And there is another person who is saying, no, you can't put him in jail. You have to throw him out. So there is a very big problem. So whether the person has to go to heaven or whether the person has to go to hell, it's a very big problem for us. Can you understand this? It is somewhere the justice has gone wrong. Now think about it. In many a times in this world, now in almost all the Supreme Courts of this world, when there is a tie, when there is a tie, you have heard that suppose there are 10 people in the Supreme Court, whichever country that is, 5 people are for it and 5 people are against it. Don't you think there is going to be a problem there? How is the judgment going to be given? This is also a very important thing. Even in the parliament or even in the senate or even in any of the places in the world, if there are two different kinds of reasoning given, one is for it and one is against it, doesn't it create a very big problem for literally everybody over there? So naturally, these folks, they are talking about that how can we mete out justice to a person if that person is being taken away by some other. So even the jurisdiction problems are there. Here in India also you will find that many a times if you go to a particular police station in your area, suppose you think you are staying in one area and you want to go and file a report over there, and they will say, oh, you are staying in this place, then you have to file a report in another police station. I'm sure you have heard of this. This is a very common thing. And exactly the same. Many a times you will find that there is a legal documentation which says that this particular issue can be sorted out only in a particular court and nowhere else. Now think like that. At least there is some indication. But this kind of difference that comes up where nobody knows who is doing what, the dispensation of justice doesn't happen properly. And when it doesn't happen, there is chaos in this world. So naturally, they are saying there is going to be a problem because this person who was supposed to get punishment in hell is now going to get, good stuff in in the heavens. Can you imagine that? You will find that the influence is working in most of the places. In the recent case, maybe 2 years ago, you will find that the son of a president was accused. Okay. But then there was a general pardon given by the president itself. And that son went away free. So now think about it. What justice is this? You are going to ask this question, isn't it? So the Yamdeva is asked this question. What kind of justice is this where half of the people are saying yes, half of the people are saying no, and then instead of that person getting punishment, he is not getting punished at all? What is this? Now, this is something very unique and we have to understand how Dharma is reacting to it. All right? It may be argued that there is no hitch. If several rulers dealing severally with the acts of these large number of beings are postulated, but in case of postulating a plurality of rulers for dealing with the vast number of beings engaged in multifarious activities, rulership will be reduced to nominal formality like they invested a tributary princess under the emperor. Now imagine this. Your father is a politician or your father is a commissioner of police and you might have performed some very heinous crime. And while performing that crime, the police have caught you and they have put you in a jail or they might be taking you to a police station. And suddenly there is a phone call which comes from the politician or from the commissioner. Oh, this is my son. You have to release him. Now, tell me, how does that work? Are you understanding this or no? In most of the cases, when there is a ruler who is interfering in the workings, there is going to be a problem. Justice is not going to get done. Many a times people go scot-free. I'm sure you have heard this happening. There are lots of murderers who are roaming around in the streets. They are not taken in jail. They don't suffer for it. There are lots of people who are perpetrating crime. They are roaming around free. And at many a times you are feeling, why is it that justice is not given? In your life also, many a times you have seen that you demand justice and it doesn't come to you because somebody else is favored. There is somebody being favored over there. But what is this favor? Now, this is exactly what we are going to learn today. Okay. So please understand this. Due to the untenability of plurality of controllers, you are therefore, according to us, the only one supreme ruler of all beings, including the gods. You are the sole controller and the judge to decide the good and the evil actions of the beings and the dispenser of rewards and punishment. Now the Yamdutas are telling Yamdev, from our perspective, we know very well that you are the only one who can give justice in this world. Your name is Dharmaraj, isn't it? You are supposed to be the upholder of Dharma. And you are the final authority. We have also heard about it. And you give us whatever instructions that are there and we carry it out. Even in the corporate world, have you not seen that these kind of problems happen? When there is a clear instructions coming from the CEO's office that you have to perform this task. And maybe the person who is concerned, all these people who are concerned, now they are going to question the CEO. You are supposed to be the final authority, isn't it? You are supposed to give the instructions. And why is it that your instructions are not being carried out by people? It's a simple question. And naturally, that question needs to be answered. So this is what they are asking. The Yamdutas are asking Yamdeva, why is it that your orders were flouted? You are supposed to be the final authority where this is all concerned, because you are Yam Dharma and you are supposed to be giving out punishments and whatever that is necessary. Finally, the justice is always meted out by you and nobody else. Such as you are, your authority is null and void and has ceased to exist in the world today. For your order has been superseded by 4 wonderful Siddhas, the demigods. Now here what are they saying? Your order has been rescinded. Your order has been cancelled. You had given an order for us to go and pick up Ajamila. But somebody else comes up over there. These 4 minions are there, 4. They are small gods. I don't even know. They're demigods. They are very handsome looking and all, okay? And they come and they say, no, you cannot take this person away. So look at you. Your order is made null and void. Are you getting it? So they are trying to tell Yamdeva, your order has been cancelled. While in compliance with your order, a sinner was being taken by us to the torture chambers. They perforce cut asunder your noose and liberated him. So we were supposed to take him to the torture chambers. This Ajamila, he is a very crooked fellow. He has done all the wrong things in the world. Naturally, as per your instructions, you had given us that, notice that please pick up this person and take him to this torture chamber. So there are these houses where they are being taken. So, but these people came, who? The Vishnu Dutas came, they removed the noose from his neck and they said, no, you can't take him. And we had to come back empty-handed. So when we came back empty-handed, there was a problem. As soon as the word Narayana was uttered, they hastened in saying, do not be afraid. So we wish to know from you who they are and if you think it is our interest to know them. So please, Yamdeva, who are these people? We don't even know them. See, they look handsome, they look beautiful and all that. And it seems that they are coming from some Vishnu Loka, because this fellow Ajamila, he suddenly said the word Narayana. And when he said Narayana, suddenly these 4 guys appeared over there. They are saying, no, you can't take this guy. We have to take him. So please, can you tell us this? So now we have to listen to the answers of Yamdeva. So Sukdev said, thus inquired God Yama, the controller of all created beings, was pleased. And calling upon mentally the lotus-like feet of Hari, replied to his messengers. So now Yamdev is going to give an answer. Yama said, quite different from me is this supreme ruler of the mobile and the immobile creations. Who is he? He transcends it. See, I am also his servant. I control the mobile beings, especially the human beings among them and the sinners of amongst men. But he is the supreme ruler. To him the universe lies woven, warp and woof like a piece of cloth. It is from him, that is from his parts, that the creation, sustenance and destruction of the universe takes place. The whole world remains under the perfect control like a bullock controlled by a string piece through its nostril. So now Yamdeva is explaining. He is telling Yamduta, see, the whole world is responding to him only. He is the super boss of everything. So this particular Narayana or Vishnu Duta or Vishnu, he is the boss. He is the one on whose body this creation has happened. So he says this particular universe, not the world only, the whole of this Brahmanda is like a warp and a woof on his body. He is the super boss. He is the one who creates, sustains, and destroys. We all report to him. He is the super boss of everything. Got it? And he is not at all a part of this system. What does he do? He transcends everything. And we are just servants of his. All of us, including me. He is the super boss. He is the one who has commanded me to do these things. Got it? Just as one keeps bullocks tethered together on a long rope, he binds people of this world, designating them into different categories and prescribing to each his respective duties. These people who are thus tightly regulated by their denominations and duties are afraid of him and bear him worship. Now, who is this person? He is the master of everything. Everything. He is the one who has designed this whole system. Okay? From his point of view, he has done everything. Now, what has he done? He has divided the human beings into different categories. Varna, Shrama, Dharma. Okay? Got the point or no? He has divided them into different categories. Everybody has been given a job and a duty. Got the point? He has designed this system in such a manner that there is a Varna and there is an Ashrama. Both these things are to be taken into account. He is born in a certain place. He lives his life like that. He has got a parentage. He has got a village. He has got a place to come from. His family is into certain things. He does certain things. And his body has been created in such a manner that he is supposed to perform certain actions. So if it is a man, his job is to go out and work. If it is a woman, her job is to take care of the house and, look after children, bear children. Basically, standard format has been laid out. Now, this he has done. Who has done? The Lord has done. And everybody is supposed to follow that rules. But these people are tightly regulated by his system. They are regulated by him. They are told, like everybody has been given the instructions. So, I and the guardian deities of the other cardinal points like Indra, Nivritti, Varuna, moon god, fire god, Lord Shiva, wind god, sun god, Brahma, Aditi, the sons of Aditi, Vishwadevas, Vasus, demigods, and Satyas, the 49 wind gods, group of 11 Rudras, along with the Siddhas, tribes of demigods, and other progenitors of the universe, like Marichi and all those, rulers of gods, that is Brihaspati, the teachers of gods, isn't it? They have their gurus also. Bhrigu and others who are not tainted with Rajas and Tamas, as though they dominated by the attribute Sattva, are touched by the Maya, do not understand his intentions. What of others? Can you see the number of names that were taken? All these gods that are there, whether it is Brahmaji, Shiva, wind god, fire god, all the sages, the saints, Siddhas, Rudras, everybody concerned. They are all enveloped by the Maya of the God, including me. I am Yamdev. I am also under that chakkar of Maya. So even Yamdeva is under that. He says, the Lord's Maya controls everything. How are we to understand his intentions? We are not in a position to understand the intentions of what he is saying and what he is doing, because we are small people, very tiny, tiny people. Are you getting the whole gist of this? That whether it is Brahmaji or Yamdev, or whether it is, Surya Dev, or any sage and saint or whosoever concerned, everybody is enveloped by the Maya of the Lord. They really have no clue how he is thinking and what he is thinking. And you may say, I know what the God thinks. Hare Baba, if they, all the top gods themselves, all the demigods don't understand what the mind of the God is, who do you think you are? There is a book called The Mind of God. As if you know the God is saying something. Nobody understands the mind of God. Now, a few days ago, I was asked this question. If AI is so powerful and very soon it may take over the whole world, isn't it? Now, AI is there, robotics is there, this is there, that is there. Yeah, of course, it is there. It can take over the world. You can be jobless, everything can be there. It can happen. Now, what is going to happen of this world? Well, I said, the AI can do a lot of stuff, no doubt about it. But can it make the sun rise? Can it make the sun shine? Or can it destroy the sun? Can it let these planets go which are roaming around all over the place? Can they stop that? Can AI and whatever other, scientific innovation that is there, can they stop the earthquakes, the volcanoes bursting? Can they stop the tidal waves? Nothing. Nobody can control. Can they stop the tree from growing and, the forest getting denuded or whatever that is happening? Can anybody do anything over there? No AI can do it. You can go and start creating babies by storing your eggs also. There's a very big case going on just now. Why are they doing it? But anyway, you may think that, oh, I can do that. I can have control over my life. Nobody in this world can have control. Whereas even Brahmaji can't control himself. You understand? Brahmaji's anger one day, because he was supposed to do something, and while he was performing that action, some wrong action took place. And when that wrong action took place, all the demonic beings started coming up because of his anger. This is what is being said. So you can imagine, nobody knows how this happens. So finally somebody had to go and stop him. And then one day it so happened that Brahmaji was creating his world, and Shiva came over there. And Shiva looked at Brahmaji, he looks at Brahmaji and says, you must be very tired. Let me start creating for you. And then he starts creating by dancing and all kinds of actions he does. And every time, he gets angry, upset, he does meditation, sometimes he does something, and all kinds of wrong pictures start coming up, all big, bhoot, pret, pishach, and all kinds of, and the whole world got filled with it. So Brahmaji went to him and said, come on, what are you doing? You got to stop this. This is my job, not your job. And then Shiva looks at him and says, yeah, okay, it's your job. So can you destroy what you have made? Shiva looks at him, no. I have given them Abhaydan. That means they are never going to die. So all these bhoot, pret, pishach, they can never die. They cannot be destroyed. And Brahmaji says, now what are we supposed to do? So he says, let us continue. Let me continue with my job. You go and do your meditation. And that is why Shiva goes to the Himalayas and starts meditating. Because if he starts acting in the world, all the wrong kind of things will happen. Got the point or no? So you will find that today when there are bhoot, pret, prishach, all these kind of people that are there, they have come because Shiva started producing things. And there was no full stop in it. Now, this is there in the Puran. I'm just telling you what is there in the Puran. So understand this, wrong type of people doing wrong type of jobs. You should not be doing them. Only the right kind of people are entitled for doing the right kind of job. And that is what is mentioned. Jivas verily cannot visualize or comprehend him by means of their cognitive senses, mental faculties and vital breath, or by means of speech. Okay. Even in the form as the forms cannot visualize the faculty of vision, he is beyond them all. If you think you can understand, see Narayana or Sri Krishna. Here, Sri Krishna is not being mentioned because Sri Krishna is in a completely different plane. Narayana is the form that he takes so that the creation starts. So he says, do you even think how he looks like? Nobody knows how he looks like. You see, okay, what is it that you will do? You will use your small mind that is there. You are trying to visualize how God looks like. And you think you can understand God? It is near impossible to understand him. So what makes you think that with your little mind, that little kind of a brain that you may be having or not having, you are going to try to understand such a great being? So it is not possible with your senses and mind. Nobody can visualize him. And all this is beyond him. Generally, the messengers of Hari, the Supreme Soul, the self dependent Supreme Ruler, the transcendent Lord of the Maya, goes about in this world. They have attractive personalities and the same form, attributes, and dispositions as the Lord. The messengers of Vishnu are worshipped by gods. The most wonderful forms cannot be easily perceived. They protect the mortal devotees of Vishnu from enemies, from me, and from all sides of people as well. This particular domain where you saw all these Vishnu Dutas come. They looked all good looking and all that, isn't it? Most of the time they are not visible. They belong to Narayana. Okay, they belong to Sri Krishna, Narayana, Vishnu, whatever you want to call him. When they are coming, they are very handsome, they are very good looking, and they have a finesse. They are all very fine creatures, and they are not visible to almost everybody in this world. But if there is something happening wrong in this world, they appear. They appear so that they can correct that problem, whatever that is there. So they appear only where the devotee of the Lord Vishnu, the devotee of Narayana, the devotee of Krishna is affected. Otherwise, they don't appear. But the secret doctrine, as enunciated by the Lord Himself, could not be comprehended by the attribute sattva, like the sages, gods, and prominent siddhas. How can it be understood by demons and men, much less by demigods like Vidyadharas and others? So, what is he saying? See, when you people, that is the Yamadutas, you are such small guys, you don't understand anything. Even I also don't understand the Lord's mind, okay? So you think all these, whoever that is there in their world, the worlds of the heavens, like Vidyadharas or Gandharva, do you think they also understand? Nobody understands this Lord. Got it? It is a secret doctrine of the Lord. He does whatever dispensations that he is supposed to do. We don't understand anything. If he says this has to be done, we have to do that. That has to be done, we have to do that. And there is no way of understanding what is it that needs to be done. Only when his instructions, only when his devotees are affected, that these Vishnu Dutas turn up. We 12, that is God Brahma. Now these 12, who are they? These are the great lords. Narada, God Shiva, Sanat Kumar, Kapila Muni. We have heard about Kapila Muni. Manu, Prahlad, Janaka, Bhishma, Bali, and Sukdev. Only these 12 people know the essence of the Dharma as expounded by the Lord. It is extremely sacred, pure, secret, and difficult to comprehend. One who knows it attains immortality. Now, there are only 12 people in this world who have been given an explanation about Dharma. In that, the 12 people are who? Brahmaji is one. Then we have Narada. Then we have Sanat Kumar, Kapila Muni, Manu, Prahlad, Janaka, Bhishma, Bali, Sukdev, that is the son of Vyas Muni, and me, that is Yamdev. So that is all. Now we have been explained this Dharma from the beginning. And we are the ones who carry out this path of Dharma. But unfortunately, we are not entitled for all other knowledge as well. That alone has been remembered as the highest Dharma of all men in the world, that they should cultivate devotion unto the Lord through the utterances of His name. The main course of this Dharma is this. The end point. The end point says everybody is supposed to be the devotee of this Lord. The ultimate destination, the prescribed thing. The Dharma Shastras, the scriptures that are mentioned, what do the Dharma Shastras say? The Dharma Shastras say that the end point of everything, end point of all the dharmas, is to be the devotee of Sri Krishna, Narayana. Got the point? The extreme part, the last part of it all. Absolute devotion to the Lord. That is all we have been told this. All 12 of us. That is the ultimate destination. Look at the great efficacy of the utterance of Hari's name, my boys. It is due to that even Ajamila was rescued from the clutches of death. So, following this particular path, Ajamila took the name of the Lord, isn't it, Narayana? So, and already remember from his previous life and the first 24 years of his life, he was a devotee of the Lord. Correct? Yes, in the last few years of his life, maybe 80 years of his life, he slid, went down the drain. Okay, but at the last minute, he remembered the name of Narayana. He was a devotee of the Lord. So, what is the ultimate destination of Dharma? Taking the name of the Lord is the final destination. So, he did that. Ajamila has done that. Even the great sinner like Ajamila, while on the point of death, simply shrieked out the name as Narayana and attained liberation, shows that it is enough to annihilate all sins and the glorification of the Lord's attributes and deeds and chanting the name of the Lord's name. All these are not required for mere destructions of the sin, but they are needed for cleanly wiping out the impressions left over by sins. This is a very important statement. What is he saying? That first and foremost, you have to be a devotee of the Lord. Now, when you are a devotee of the Lord, listen to this very carefully, because this is what you should understand very much in detail. Now, what happens is, human beings have a tendency. Let us say you have picked up a tendency from your father or your mother. Your father or your mother has given you some kind of a tendency. You have accepted it. It could be anything. Could be anything. It could be a very simple stuff like eating something specific. Now you may be, eating a dish which is very interesting. Where have you learnt it from? Your parents. Okay. Now, if your parents today are the modern type of parents and they are living in India and they have started eating, all those Italian foods, let us say, pasta and all that, you as a kid picked up pasta from your parents. Think about it. It is called a tendency. I gave a very simple food example. Now, let me give another example. Now, if your father is used to telling little lies, when your mother says something, did you do this work? Your father will say, yeah, I did it. Whereas you know very well that your father has not done, somebody else has come and done it. You learn from your father to tell these white lies. You learn from your father to tell white lies. If your mother has this habit, then when the father goes to work, she goes to sleep. And you have seen this happen. So when the father, he goes out, with his dabba in the morning, 8 o'clock, he goes into his car, and he sits in his car and drives away to work. You have seen your mother closes the door and goes and takes a nap. After sleeping the whole night, she did some little work in the morning, packed his dabba, and now she goes to sleep. As a child, you have seen her do this. Do you know what you do? You pick up this habit of hers. So in your life also, you are going to do the same thing. You see them and you pick up the habits. Got it? That is called tendency. Is picked up from somewhere or the other. If you have the habit of getting angry just for no rhyme or reason, you might have picked it up from your mother or father or maybe somebody else. It is called a tendency. Vasana. Now what happens? Think about this. I am being very slow. I am going very slow for you to understand. In your last life, in your previous life, you had lot of vasanas. You had the vasana of drinking liquor, doing some drugs. Maybe at the last minute, you become a devotee of God. And because you become devotee of God, you give up drinking in the last few years of your life and you'd stop doing those drugs. So next time when you are born, those vasanas do not exist in your life. Got it? Because you are a devotee of the Lord and you took his name, so those vasanas got cleaned out. So the next life of yours, you may not have those vasanas, you may have other vasanas, other tendencies. And now you are born in certain family. Now you pick up all the habits of that family. Got it? So now what happens? Last life you gave up drinking, remember. In this life you find that both your parents and your elder brothers and sisters and whoever, they sit with the bottle only. They are always used to drinking wine and this and that. But you have given up your tendency in your last life. So in this life, you do not take up that. And you say, no, I don't like to drink wine. What is Yamdeva saying? Yamdeva is saying, just because the person says these words, so we take him for a complete wash. You know what a car wash is, no? So we take him to this Vishnu Lokha and do a thorough cleansing of his so that his tendencies don't remain. Are you getting the point or no? So the cleaning of the vasanas happens. So the Vishnu Dutas come because he has taken the name of Narayana or Krishna or somebody. So your dirty vasanas are going to be eliminated. If these vasanas are eliminated, so in the next life, you may not be having those tendencies with you. I hope you get this much clear. As the esoteric doctrine was grasped by only a dozen people and remains a great secret for others, these, like Manu, in the efficacy of the Lord's name is this: alas, their mind is sufficiently deluded by the goddess Maya. Their intellect is focused on the three Vedas, promising flowery language, attractive fruits of sacrifice and other rituals, and they engage themselves in great exhibitory performances of sacrificial acts. The exhibitory attraction of sacrifice, as contrasted by the chanting of the Lord's name in a solitary place or due to the lack of faith in the efficacy of the Lord's name, leads people to performance of the sacrifices, etc. Now what happens? Only these 12 people, remember the 12 people I told you about? Brahma, Narada, Shiva, Sanat Kumara, Kapila, Manu, Prahlad, Janaka, Bhishma, Bali, Sukdev and Yamdev. These are the only 12 people who were listening. And they imbibed that Dharma. The rest, everybody was lost in their own world. Now, why do you think I kept on saying to you, listen to it, listen to it, listen to it? If you don't listen to it, you are like all those other gods and other people. You are not even going to be interested. So he says, this particular doctrine, which Narayana, which Krishna gave about devotion, only 12 people listened to it. Rest of these gods and the minions that are there, all these demigods, demons and everybody, nobody listened to him. They are like the common people in the world. They don't want to listen. They have their own mind going grrr like that. They listen to their own mind. So what did they do? They said, oh no. It is written in this beautiful scriptures called the Vedas. So they started quoting Vedas. In the Vedas it is written, if you want to go to heaven, then you have to do this. Go visit this temple. Go visit that temple. Do this puja. Do that thing. This is all the nonsense that they heard. They never listened to the word of the Lord. Only 12 people listened to it. In that, one of them is me, Yamdev. Got it? So he says, this great philosophy which I explained was never understood and never told. That is why we had the number of people joining us is only 2-3. Can you understand that? The most important lesson is lost. Now, whether somebody goes and watches my video or no, I don't care. They are anyway not going to get any answers. Why? Because just like these, only 12 people came to know about this law. Here also we have just a few people listening to this. So whether the rest of nobody is going to listen, nobody cares. And because nobody cares, they are lost in their own world. So he says, this esoteric doctrine was grasped only by 12 persons, and that is why it is called the great secret. And only a few people like Manu, they understood this. In this, the Lord's mind described it. The Lord described what was going on in his mind. This mind is sufficiently deluded by this goddess Maya. Everybody's mind is deluded by Maya. They don't understand. I'm sure you have heard me many a times. I have told a person, don't behave like your father and mother. Have I said these words? How many times do I say these words? In my one satsang, I will definitely say these words. Do not copy your parents. You're going to go to hell, 100%. And if you are going to copy them word for word, those guys have certain tendencies. You are going to get those tendencies. Surely the Yamdutas are waiting for you. So don't try to copy them. Don't emulate them. Take the name of the Lord so that these stupid tendencies can get wiped out. Got the answer? Okay. So, and the rest of the world, I'm telling you this is, listen to this carefully. The rest of the world doesn't believe in what I'm saying. Nobody believes in what I speak. You know the reason why? Because they are guided by their parents, the same idiots. They are guided by the society. They are guided by the Panditjis. They are guided by these temples. They are guided by every other person except the one who is giving them freedom. So they listen to all these other people. Go to this temple. Go ask for job. Go to this temple. Do this puja. You will get married. Go to this temple. You will get children. Go to this temple, you will get this money. Do this puja, do this part. So he says, their mind is sufficiently deluded by the goddess Maya. Their intellect is focused on entangling in the three Vedas, which promising in flowery language attractive fruits. Right? And they engage themselves in the exhibitory performance of sacrificial acts. So you do one thing, you go to all your Panditjis and everybody, all your great advisors. No, you go to this temple, you will get this money. Go to this, perform these actions and then you're going to get. Nobody is telling you the truth. What are they doing? They're only trying to copy the language of the Vedas. The Vedas are actually not saying any of these things. How many times I have to tell you this? But no, according to the Vedic ritual, we have to do this. And you end up getting into the gutters. The Yamloka, the Yamdutas are waiting for you. So, and they perform these sacrificial acts. These exhibitory attractions of sacrifice as contrasted with the chanting of, so they don't chant the name of the Lord in a solitary place. And due to the lack of faith, the most important is the lack of faith. How many people will believe in what I'm saying? Hardly anybody will believe. Even if one person believes, it's good enough. But this word is not believed by anybody. This is written in the scriptures. Only 12 people know the true meaning of the word Dharma. Get the point? And the efficacy of the Lord's name leads people to the performance. If you do not know this, then you are going to be performing all kinds of sacrifices. And when you perform all kinds of sacrifices, you are going into the straight to hell. So we have come to the end of verse 25 and we will stop over here for today.